So, welcome to the scrubs and wrap training today. The purpose of this training is to fully understand those ranges, and then it enables you to confidently sell and use the products. Oh, in facials, sorry. In treatments, not facials, I'll change that. So I've not done every scrub individually because it can feel a little bit like sucking eggs, because predominantly they're all quite similar. It just does tend to be obviously the ingredient in that is slightly different. So rather than have, because I think we have about 15 scrubs, 16 slides just on scrubs, I've kind of condensed them and done a table just to make it a little bit easier. So again, you could always print that off and have that in your back room. So a nice overview of our scrubs. They are all vegan, and the only one that isn't vegan is the gold body polish, and that's because it has caviar in it. They can be used in various treatments, so they're all multifunctional, as in it doesn't have to be a body scrub. You can use them in your manicures or pedicures as well. They can be used on dry or wet skin, depending on what type of treatment you want. If you want more of like a gritty feel, obviously your dry skin is better. If the skin is quite sensitive, maybe a little bit more mature, sometimes it's nicer to have it on a wet skin, so an oil underneath. If you want to, again, it's completely up to you. All the retail options come in a really handy pouch, and I've not put the RRPs on today because they're all kind of slightly different, but they start from £21. So again, really, really great price point when you're selling to a customer, and they come in that beautiful handy pouch. And there is got an image of a wrap in a pouch, which you'll be able to see if you haven't seen them before. But they're just quite nice, rather than have it in a jar or like a mason jar or a tube. It's quite nice that it's in a pouch, because if you do drop it in the shower, obviously it's not going to hurt, smash, which is quite lovely. Obviously, everything is free from SLS, MI, MCI and parabens, which we know, which is the same for all of our products. And then an overview, obviously exfoliation helps to revive dull skin and helps the skin retain moisture, leaving it radiant, smooth and soft. So we should all know this. We all know exfoliation speeds up cellular renewal. It's also great if you're doing any tanning. It's great for ingrown hairs, if you've got waxing clients as well. It also is really great at keeping your tan, which I think to some people sounds counterintuitive, but I found the more I exfoliated and then moisturised when I had a tan, it prolonged it and it stayed longer and gave me that glow rather than obviously peeling. So there's loads of really great reasons why we should do a body scrub as well. So the different types that we do, there are 3 that we offer. So we have a sugar, a salt, and then we have like a grain fibre nut seed. So we don't have one of those on their own, the grain fibre nut seed. They are encouraged with a salt or a sugar, but I thought it was just really important to add that in so you know what they are. So sugar scrubs are better for sensitive skin. So that's just because they're a bit gentler than salt scrubs. They're not as abrasive, but you're still going to get that beautiful soft skin as well. It's a natural humectant, which means that it works to contain moisture and hydrate the skin. And it's also an AHA and glycolic acid. So it can obviously help with that exfoliate biological exfoliant as well. We then have our salt. So the majority of the scrubs that we do are salt-based. They're a really effective exfoliator. They're quite abrasive. I think they feel quite lovely on the skin. Great for an oily or acne prone skin as well. So again, great if you were going to offer like a back facial. So I'd start with quite gritty scrub in that. They also have antiseptic properties, so really great at killing bacteria, which can obviously cause blemishes or block pores as well. And they also have sulfate and magnesium in them as well, so it can help detoxify and reduce inflammation. And then finally, a grain fibre nut or seed scrub. So this would be like an oatmeal based, like a nutshell, etc. So we have the nutshell in the organic zero scrub, which is obviously used on the face. And so there are other plant-based abrasives. They're very jam-packed antioxidant and have really great moisturising properties as well. So you'll see some of them, for instance, we've got like the pumpkin and nigella, so it's the nigella seeds in there, so they're obviously really helping with that exfoliating action. So if I do my salt overview, so the salt base is a peach kennel oil, and then you've got a grapeseed oil in there as well. So again, I've spoke about linoleic acid a lot during this training, and it's just a really, really great property of the grapeseed oil, really great for aging and sensitive skin. So you can see here how I've written down. Product, key ingredient and key benefits. I'm not going to list them all because you can go back and look at them yourself. But I think for me, the key thing of how I would work with a scrub would be, what scent do I like? What am I trying to achieve for my treatment? And what season is it? So for example, pumpkin and nigella seed, we did really well in autumn. It's very autumnal with the pumpkin. You can create some kind of really autumnal, fantastic treatment in there as well. And then obviously the key benefits in this one, it helps with psoriasis and decreases the thickness of the epidermis as well. So it keeps the skin soft and supple. If I was doing a summer treatment, I could tie something in with Wimbledon. I could do a strawberry and elderflower Wimbledon treatment. So you've got the lovely strawberries in there because that's quite a nod, isn't it? Strawberries and cream, it's very Wimbledon-y. And then you've got the sweet scent. So again, we've got here great for seasonal treatments. So you can see how there's lots of like different things you can do depending on what you want to. Obviously, there's more invigorating, there's more stimulating if you were doing more of a detoxy treatment, or you've got rejuvenating with the grapefruit, so it's very uplifting. And the others we've got, I really do like the pink yuzu and beets and watermelon. It's really fruity, it's very summery scent, it smells really yummy. So again, it's quite detoxifying, great for a summer treatment. The Colombian coffee, I don't like coffee, I hate it. But I know lots of people do. My husband especially is obsessed. So he would definitely go for like a coffee treatment. And you could tie that in with like a chocolate wrap as well. If you were going to do something like that, tie in with like a coffee shop. I don't know. There's so many different cool things that you can create with these different scrubs, but they all have the same base with that peach kernel, the grapeseed oil, etc. And then it's just the slightly different scents, and then they have slightly different key benefits. So whether you want to be more relaxing, uplifting, stimulating, antioxidant, you've kind of got this as a cheat sheet. So I'd probably print these couple of pages, keep them safe, and then when you're thinking of what promotions can I offer with a scrub, I would be chopping and changing. So depending on how busy you are, they all come as a 5 kg tub. Some of the seasonal are 4 kg. We haven't done a seasonal scrub for a while just because of lockdown. So I was in talks this week about Christmas, and I've suggested like a mulled wine scrub for Christmas this year, which I think would be really lovely. And who doesn't love mulled wine? So we do those seasonal scrubs as well. So you can really kind of change up and play with your treatment menu. I personally, if you're doing a full body scrub, would recommend having a shower. That's my personal opinion. It isn't necessary though. If you want to hot mitt a full body scrub off, you can. Again, it's kind of completely up to you. If it was just a back, you obviously wouldn't need to. I would just use kind of a larger hand towel in your cabbie and then remove it that way. So all of these are retail available, all come in the nice pouches. If I move on to our body polishes, so these are an alternative to the salt and oil range. They're a lot more gentle. So if you do have a client who has very sensitive skin, maybe very mature, that crepey elasticity, loss of elasticity skin, these might be a great one for those as well. So we've got the two. So you've got the green tea and coconut, or you've got the coconut and lychee seed as well. So they both do slightly different things. Obviously the coconut in there is beautiful, rich in vitamin E, and then it's obviously the lychee or the green tea, which is doing something slightly different. So retains moisture, tone, health of the skin, and then your lychee, great for that wear and tear on the skin, again retains moisture and then protects against microbial infection as well. So you've kind of got the two. So if you were doing like quite a detox treatment, I often get a lot, if they don't want it to be as stimulating as like the bladderwrack and peppermint scrub, they'll go for the green tea and coconut body buff as well. So there's those two. And then I do have this overview of the gold because we have covered the gold before. So this falls into obviously the gold range, but obviously also into the scrub range as well. So we do have the gold body polish, and that is a sugar scrub. And so it's the crystals gently melt in the skin, they leave a really glistening touch. You can see like the product on the lady's skin looks really lovely. It's quite dramatic, quite performance, I think sometimes. So again, if you were doing like a gold manicure or pedicure, it can look really kind of indulgent. It is the caviar in here, which means that it is not vegan, but everything else is completely vegan. Great for all skin types, but especially sensitive because it is a little bit more gentle. And then rich in that caviar, which has those trace elements, those amino acids, so really great at slowing down the aging process. And I have the retail price for this one, which is $69.40. So it is one of our more expensive ranges. And that's because you've got the caviar and you do have the gold in there as well. So that is your scrubs as a whole. Hopefully you kind of understand, and I hope you don't mind that I've not gone through every single one, because I sometimes think it can be, I don't want to, you know, we're all adults, don't need to suck eggs, but they do what they say on the tin. And then I would just say, if we look back at these here, as in your nectar or your fig, you can obviously chop and change these depending on kind of what scent or what seasonal menu you want to offer. So it really gives you that USP, and gives you that creativity back, which I quite like, rather than obviously it has to be this way and it's only this scent. So I think it's quite fun. You could even make like a spa bar, like a scrub bar if you wanted to, where you had quite a few and the client could scent test them and decide which one they wanted. Again, it creates a little bit of theatre, a little bit of drama, something a bit different, which not everyone is offering. And then they can obviously retail and take those home in the nice pouches. So those are your scrubs. So if I move on to our wraps, so the majorities of these wraps are professional only. There are two that we do retail, which I do have on here, but the majority are professional. So this would be if you were creating, you know, your kind of your treatment menu, but I still think it's really great to kind of run over them. We do have product specs for each of these, and you will find these on the website on the actual product. So if you click onto, for example, the chocolate self-heating wrap, it tells you the information and it says view the product spec here, click it, and then it downloads for you as well. So that has all the ingredients on it. It also has how to use it as well. And obviously key benefits, etc. It's almost like a nice cheat sheet. And then obviously the sizing. So again, you can download that, pop that in your back room for your own use. So all of the wraps can be used in various treatments. You can use them on targeted areas of the body, or you can obviously do a full body wrap. Now, if I was doing a full body wrap, I would highly recommend you shower this off. Again, I just don't think it's nice for the client to try and like mitt something off on the whole body. Whereas if you were maybe doing things more targeted, so for example, a cellulite treatment or a back wrap, definitely you could just hot mitt that off. They wouldn't need a shower. So just have a think about your space, your room, what's going to work for you. Is it going to be nice for the client that's just been sat there, obviously wrapped in like your plastic with your blankets on, to then have yourself hot mitt it off? I mean, I personally wouldn't enjoy that, but again, it's each to their own. Some people are more than capable of doing it. Me as a therapist, it would have been a disaster. So all the wraps are botanically based, mineral rich, and they have plant powders, rich textures, etc. You can use it to create your own signature spa treatments, free from, again, the SLS, MI, MCI, parabens, etc. And then body wraps date back to ancient times, so they have a long history in therapy. Multiple benefits from detoxifying, de-stressing, slimming and toning, restoring minerals and moisture to the skin. So they have loads of like great properties. So if I start with my Laminara Slimming and Remineralizing Body Wrap. So this pouch is an example. The scrubs also come in a very similar pouch, so you can kind of see from there. So this is one of the ones that you can target particular areas. So for this, if you were just targeting thighs, arms, stomach, bum, I wouldn't need to shower it off. However, if you were doing a whole body like detox, I kind of would. So it's rich in that seaweed, and we know how great seaweed are. It's because they have all those trace elements, those nutrients, those proteins, and they have really high antioxidant activity. So the different algae you've got in here, you've got your red algae. That helps to break down fat. So when we've said, oh, it's really great for slimming and cellulite reduction, so again, really good for that orange peely effect that we can get. And we know women are more prone to cellulite, which is just unfortunate and very unfair. The Laminara digitata is a brown algae, and that's got your trace elements of your amino acids. And the reason we use different seaweeds, and there's different types, is because it depends if they're in a salt water or fresh water. It also depends where they actually sit in the sea. So a deeper seaweed can have different trace minerals than a seaweed that perhaps sits on the top of the surface. It's very interesting. So there's lots of different, that's why we've got multiple kind of in here to kind of give that best overall impact. So other benefits, it's also anti-inflammatory as well. And again, I've mentioned cellulite, so really, really great for cellulite, flushing out any excess fluid, etc. as well. So skin's left beautifully smooth and soft. So this would be your ultimate slimming treatment. Again, I'd stick this with a scrub to start, just to kind of really get that beautiful effect on the skin as well. Favorite of mine is the chocolate and cacao bean self-heating body wrap. So it does what it says on the tin. So this is professional, as you can see my lovely tub. The sizes in professional, I think, are 2.5 kg. So you can get quite a lot of treatments out of this. So it's self-heating. We obviously got the cocoa beans, and they have theobromine in them. That's very similar to caffeine. So again, it helps to break down fats. So not only is it kind of giving you that really well-being and that like beautiful scent and relaxation, it's also going to help kind of get rid of get rid of any like excess fats, fluid, toxins as well. So again, it can obviously help with any cellulite, any kind of dimpling effect that you may get on the arms as well. But it's not particularly a cellulite treatment, if that makes sense. There's just a nice side benefit as well. Helps to fight free radicals, which again we've spoken about multiple times. So free radicals are those horrible little things that damage healthy cells, and we obviously want the cell to be as healthy as possible. Skin is left feeling really supple, young, detoxified, it's very cleansing. So there's loads of really great properties in this as well. But again, I think your key pull here would be that it's chocolate, and it's that scent and that smell, and this would pair quite nicely with the coffee scrub. So you've got the two there as well. Great for an Easter treatment. Obviously not that we're open at Easter, but this is quite a nice one to kind of do that, like a chocolate menu, if you would. Because we also have the organic chocolate face wrap, which we went over in the face mask training, so you could pair that in if you wanted as well. Or we have the cacao massage candle, which you could pair in and then do a massage after. So you've got loads of options with that thing, which I think is really great. Green tea, red tea, white tea, and mint leaf body wrap. So this is very, very like detoxifying. Again, you can use this to target particular areas if you want to, or you can obviously do a full body wrap as well. The texture is really nice and soft and silky when you apply it, which is quite lovely. And then the great thing is it's all the different teas do lots of different things. So white tea is really great for wrinkles. Obviously, we know green tea is really antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. Your red tea is anti-allergenic, antimicrobial, so protects the skin. And then we also have the mint. So we know mint's like really stimulating, toning, increases the circulation. You feel like refreshed. So this is kind of more of like refreshing, detoxifying. Again, you've got that anti-aging element in there as well. Skin's really revitalized, and you could always pair this with the green tea and coconut scrub if you wanted, for kind of like a green tea take, or a detoxifying take as well. The teas also help to drain out toxins. Again, great for cellulite, and can help tighten the skin as well. So really kind of lovely, detoxifying, stimulating, revitalizing treatment as well. So this might be quite a nice one for people to come back to after having kind of 4 months of beauty, like revitalize the body. Great for people working out, great for people who just want that overall kind of excess water removed. So this is the ginger, sweet orange and cocoa bean body mask. So we do retail this, which is lovely. So your client could take it home if they wanted to. So again, I spoke about the cocoa bean for the chocolate wrap. You could, again, pair it with the same things, the cacao massage candle or the coffee scrub if you wanted to as well. So this is a really great seasonal treatment, and I particularly like this for the winter. It's very spicy and warm, those scents. And the idea behind this one is it's going to boost like a sluggish system and give you kind of like more energy. And I know a lot of us kind of, when winter kind of sets in and it's getting dark at 3:30, you can feel quite, ugh. So again, it's a really lovely energizing treatment. Obviously, ginger is Ayurvedic and they have great properties, energizing, promotes better blood circulation as well. You've got sweet orange in there, and that's going to help. It's very rich in vitamin C, the lovely citrus note as well, so it's uplifting. And then again, the cacao beans contain the caffeine, so very stimulating, help puffiness, tightness, rich in vitamin E as well. So again, fighting those free radicals. So it's also going to be soothing and healing. So again, it's a really lovely all-round mask. Sorry, not mask, body mask. So that's that one. We then have the rosemary and guarana wrap, bean body wrap. So this has like kind of a bit of everything. So we've seen previously the Laminara digitata in our previous body wrap at the start. So again, we spoke about how great seaweed is. So again, this is really great for cellulite, increasing that metabolism rate and flushing out excess toxins as well. The rosemary in there is rich in antioxidants, helps with like skin damage, even out a skin tone. Again, very, very like anti-aging, and then also can help lock in moisture. You've got your guarana seed extract, so that's obviously got those high levels of caffeine in it. So again, reducing puffiness, cellulite, inflammation. And then horsetail also helps to produce collagen, so that healthy looking skin as well. So anti-cellular, anti-inflammatory, and smoothing for the skin. So you can kind of see they all have some similar properties, but some have very different. So again, it's kind of deciding what you want to offer, what's important to your clients, and then creating kind of your menu to match that. So it's kind of up to you. And again, if this has got the caffeine in, you could use the coffee scrub, or you could try to pair it with maybe like a top note scrub with the rosemary, or the bladderwick scrub again. So there's lots of different things you can do with this one. So the Illuminate Fine Body Powder Wrap, so this sits in the Illuminate range. So if you were doing like an Illuminate package with the face and the body, it's a really nice one to tie it in. So we know the range is inspired by Geisha Girls, so we have spoken about this in the original Illuminate training. And that's because they obviously wear that very, very heavy makeup, and they would use rice water to remove it. And then you've also got the story of the Japanese men who work in the sake factories, whose arms, because they're in the rice water all day, are very young and youthful compared to the rest of them. So that's kind of where the Illuminate range comes from, and it's that rice bran, which is rich in ozono. We spoke about that a lot. So it's just got those amazing antioxidant properties for skin protection. So this will also help with any age spots as well, because it stops to inhibit the melanin synthesis. So again, we have spoke about this when you've kind of got that tap and that staining through the epidermis that kind of just carries on, and the rice bran and the ozono can just really help to kind of help diminish that as well. Rice water in there, so really great at renewing the skin cells. It's very balancing, skin's left more radiant, and then you've got that real subtle kind of scent of vanilla and alpine flowers as well to kind of calm and refresh the senses. So just a really lovely all-round lovely body wrap. We then have the gold. So again, a really, really lovely scent. And again, you can kind of tie that in with the gold facial if you're doing like a gold top to toe pamper. The nice kind of dual thing about this one is it also has your grape leaf extract in there, and they contain AHA. So I spoke about those briefly earlier, but AHA stands for alpha hydroxy acid. So it's an exfoliator essentially. So it's that biological exfoliator. So it's also helping to lock in moisture, but then also kind of getting rid of that top layer to kind of really give you a beautiful gold, shimmery glow. Very, very anti-aging, very, very luxurious. And it's that real wow factor because it does come out gold. So very, very indulgent. I would maybe like add a glass of champagne with this. You've obviously got the gold body polish you could use as well. So really kind of great, indulgent all-round treatment. But it's got those healthy aging properties as well. So a bit of everything. And finally, we've got the Cankle Wrap. So this is retail only. It's basically the Laminara digitata slimming wrap, but we've done it as a, this is your take-home retail. So both the retail of the ginger bean wrap and this one, they're $33.70. So obviously it has all the same properties that we previously spoke about. It can be used in pregnancy, which is really lovely. So again, we've called it Cankle because obviously nobody wants a cankle, you want an ankle. So the kind of concept is create more ankle, less cankle. Perfect. Again, you can obviously pop this in other places on the body if you wanted to, but I think it's really, really great just on your ankles. You kind of give yourself an at-home indulgent spa feel. And you could also do this as like a part of your pedicure treatment if you wanted. And then do a bit of massage, do a bit of lymphatic drainage as well, which might be quite good for a pregnancy treatment, especially if they're quite puffy. So obviously I talked about the different seaweeds, how great they are. Very anti-inflammatory, really help at getting rid of those toxins, flushing them out as well. So great for fluid retention. So really kind of quirky retail option for consumers. And don't be afraid to talk about cankles. And even joke about it and have it on your menu as a little bit of fun. I think a little bit of personality is sometimes a bit nice on a spa menu. So thank you. Let me know if you have any questions.